because that's weird.
Oh, I didn't realize we were making the video right now.
No, we certainly are.
Oh, I thought we were just doing mic checks.
We had been doing mic checks, and then there's just a phantom voice in the background kind of talking, hey, I'm going to take the low down because, oh my goodness, this buttery smooth voice of mine comes in a little too heavy. Yeah, I get to look like a dick. Just wait for it. There's a secret surprise. The secret surprise is that I have to also hold a fucking microphone.
Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead and move yours up a little bit. Wait.
How does it sound?
How does it sound? Go ahead, talk again.
Sound and fury.
Okay. That's good.
Sound pretty?
Yeah, it sounds good enough.
Good enough.
Yeah.
It's like my life motto. It's on my family crest. Oh, good enough.
Everything's close enough.
Yeah.
For horseshoes and hand grenades. Ooh. Horseshoes and hand grenades.
Huh.
Okay.
Huh.
Alright, so I'm chords. I'm everywhere.
Ooh.
The God chord. Alright, so I get to look like a fucking weirdo and hold old-timey microphone. Ooh, old-timey microphone, man.
It looks like we're ready to rumble.
It looks a lot like we're ready to rumble. So, as we had stated last weekend, we are going to teach you how to play tabletop war games in general, but also, mostly, Kings of War. Because we know there's a good amount of folks on this channel that are subscribed. We just hit 20 subscribers.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
20?
Welcome to the Dusty DM.
That's like a kindergarten class.
I've never had 20 subscribers to any. Now I have, I lie. But podcast, old projects and crap. So
hi, Mom and Mom's friends.
Yeah, 19 of your mom's friends.
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, her book club.
Yeah.
She's not in a book club.
So,
I don't think.
Last week's video ended with us explaining how army selection works. We have chosen to play a 550-point game. Now, last weekend, we were sitting here at the lovely, lovely game table, and extra video. This is the final result, by the way. So we're going to keep that a mystery in case I don't happen to put that video up tonight. I will, though. So, done army selection, 550 points of the Trident Realm. What has that gotten you?
I went with only a couple of units. I went with a unit of Gigas monsters. They're like crab monsters. I went with a regiment, so 20 heart piercers. They're my ranged infantry. And this time I went with a Kraken. Now he is not the official Kings of War Kraken.
Yeah,
he's a stand-in Kraken.
Kraken, but for now.
But he seemed reasonable, and we measured him just from like the base of his torso, so if he seems way too big for it to be fair, we're not measuring from like his phalanges or anything like that. We're just base of the torso.
Yep.
So that's it. That's all I got right now.
All right, and I have a regiment of trolls that are not the correct. The front trolls are the correct ones. The back trolls are not. They are my they're a heavy infantry regiment. I have a regiment of skulks. They are my archers and the ranged attackers, and then I have 2 units of great axe. So that is. My army comes out to exactly 550 points. Since this is such a small game, since this is literally a tiny numbered combat where games are usually 2,350 points, somewhere around there, which allows for about 20 units on the table. We try to keep it a little smaller for now just because we're working with this table. This table is 6 feet by 4 feet. give or take an inch or two. So we're actually going to be playing with 2/3 of it. Army selection is first, and then we get to do the fun stuff, which is rolling dice.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to sit the mic there and hope that that works. It usually does. Okay? Alright.
Okay.
Okay?
So,
what we are doing, the first roll in Kings of War, is deciding which is the person who rolls higher decides which side of the table they'd like to play on. I got a 2.
I got a 5.
And I got a 5.
Going over here.
So you're going to take
Okay.
the far side of the table.
Okay.
Okay?
So, notice I'm just moving my army closer to me. I'm not putting them on the game table yet.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So
That's right.
just taking a seat, that's all.
Yep.
Just go here.
So, here on here on turn 1 city. No, I'm just kidding. Here on Dusty DM. So what we're doing right now is, although our units are laid out, mine are lined up, we have not placed yet. Kings of War is an objective-based war game. Even as of yet, we still have not played the objective games quite yet. Didn't really dip our toes that far into it. So, we're gonna play Kill. Super Kill. It's great. It's not gonna take as long as you think, and it's just whoever can knock the other person's regiments off the table first. It's that easy. Even though mine are in a line right now, we're going to roll a d6 to decide who gets to place.
Ooh,
I got a 6.
I got a 2.
So, that second roll gives me the power to choose who's going to place their units first. And we place in... Hannah's going to place 1 because I'm telling you, you get to place first.
Mm-hmm.
And then I place 1, and then Hannah places another, and then that way. We flip-flop, not just all units at once.
And it's 12 inches from the center?
It's 12 inches from the center
so
of the table.
So I can't just like, oh, I'm here now.
Right.
So,
So we have, there's a marker right here, so about from where my arm is. You're looking at 12 inches here to 12 inches here. There's a big channel of no man's land in the center. Simple. So go ahead and place. You need to measure that because that is not 12 inches back from that marker.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're right. See? I got backwards. Wasn't
You're
trying
fine.
to cheat, I swear.
Yeah, 12 inches from
the
right
marker.
here.
Yeah, usually when I do it.
So you're about here or back.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And I'm gonna run around with. Good thing I bought these 50-foot XLR cords 1,000 years ago. Okay, so my side. Could you hand me that tape, the metal tape measure, please? Okay. So my 12 inches are going to be right about there, and I'm going to take this unit of Great Axe and slide him right there. And they're placed.
Okay.
You're up.
No. That's fine. You just take a rest. Brick.
Alright.
Seem good?
Okay. I'm going to put the mic down for a second and just talk real loud because my voice carries. Okay. My my regiment of trolls is going right here. Okay.
Okay.
What you got? Your last
My
unit is the
Gigas.
Gigas?
Yep.
Okay.
Going right here.
Okie dokie. You are just nestled up in that corner, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright. So, Hannah has 3 units to place. She's placed all 3 at this point. I have 2 more to place. I'm going to place them both now. Gonna move some of the stuff out of the way. Got my other unit of Great Axe. Get that covered over here. So, skulks are going to come over here. Okay. Okie dokie. And we have placement. So, we are both away from the center line. Perfect. This is a hill. Certainly. Okay. We're going to roll. There's one last roll of a d6 to figure out who gets to choose who's going first. Okay. I got a 1.
I got a 6.
Okie dokie. Who would you like to go first?
You go first.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Alright, so I'm going to stop right there for a second. Okay. There you go. Just so we're both in frame. Alright. Okay. So, what are the 3 phases of a turn?
Okay, so you start with movement. So you can, I'm going to blanket statement, you move all of your units.
Yep.
And then you can make your ranged attack.
Yep.
And then you can make your melee attack.
Yes.
Now I say blanket statement because there are rules that might fiddle with that a little bit.
Not
maybe.
Yeah, not super particularly, but
well, like if you make a double.
Let's not worry about it right
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, the first phase is going to be movement. The first phase of the turn is movement. Okay? So, all of your units have an assortment of speeds. The speed for the skulks is 5. The speed for the Great Axe, 2 units, is 5. And my trolls have a speed of 6. So, I am going to... This game, by the way, is different in that you can take your measuring tape out and use it whenever you want to measure anything. It's delightful. So, I have 30 inches between the center of my movement tray here and your Kraken. There we go. So, since my skulks have a speed of 5, I'm going to move them up 5. Okay. So I'm going to move them up 5 inches. That's just personal habit. Set the dice down, and I know that as soon as I touch the face of that dice, then I have moved my 5 inches. Okay. I have moved them. That is a single move, okay? My trolls have a speed of 6. So I am going to move them up 12 inches. This is called at the double. So, no, I lie. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to move them up 6 inches. To right there. Okay. You'll see why in just a second. So that is a single move of 6 inches. Now, here, with my unit of great axe that have a movement of 5, and this one that has a movement of 5. Okay. I'm going to move these. I'm going to move this right-hand unit at the double, which means I'm going to take a double movement. So I'm going to double my speed and move 10 inches because more than 50% of the base of my tray, my unit, is on the terrain. Okay? And gonna move these guys up. I'm going to pivot this unit. You can pivot 90 degrees at any point of your turn, of any point of the movement. Doesn't matter when you do it. You can do it once, unless you have a special rule that lets you do it twice, nimble.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pivot less than 90 degrees, and I'm going to move them 10 inches at the double. Okay? So, I'm going to double check here. And I have 26 inches from center to center on that Kraken. Which means that that is the end of my first turn.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Typically, that is how it goes.
Turn
First
1
turn,
is often
just
set up.
moving. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Can I have your tape measure?
Sure thing.
Okay.
When you're moving, unless to charge, you measure from the center of your unit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna kind of tuck it under his arm.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
He has a movement of 7, right?
Yes.
He is also...
Yes, but he has Strider,
Right.
which means, first of all, he's unhindered by terrain
Mm-hmm.
pretty much in every way, unless it's impassable.
Right.
Impassable is impassable. And he also has Wild Charge, which means that even though, if I wanted to, even though technically they are a little bit out of range, I can roll a d3
Mm-hmm.
and add that to my Wild Charge.
Right.
If I want to.
Okay.
But right now I'm just measuring. Best of my ability. Okay. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think.
But you're short.
Yeah.
Are you measuring for your attack?
Yeah.
To see if you fit in the range?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But you were out of it, so you would have to move if you want to hit that unit.
Yes.
Okay.
And also my heart piercers have steady aim, which means I wouldn't take a movement penalty
Right.
to make my ranged attack. So
So when you're moving a ranged unit, you're going to suffer a -1 penalty to your rolls for moving and shooting, unless you have steady aim.
I think my it's gonna be a little lame. My guy, I guess they're just gonna do a little side scuttle this way, just a little bit. Now they're moving to the side, so it's not gonna be a full speed. It's gonna be half speed.
Right.
Right. They're not gonna pivot or anything.
Yeah.
I could. These are nimble.
So if you're moving a unit left or right, or to the rear, to its rear, you move at half speed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So they are going to pivot a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. And you're just going to move a few inches. It's not even the full 5.
Mm-hmm.
And they are now within range.
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Kraken hasn't moved. Jesus Christ. Okay. I'm rolling for his
Wild charge
right now. So I'm using a 6, but we just decided like 1 and 2 is 1, 2 and 3 is 2. Okay.
Etc. So
I got a
5
5.
and 6 would be a 3. So
Okay, so I'm going to add 3 inches to his wild charge, which when you charge, you can move on the double.
When you charge, you're moving double your base movement speed.
Right.
Which his is 7.
His is
correct?
7, so
He could move
Probably-
17.
yeah. So,
Okay.
and he is unhindered, so he is charging them right away. Okay?
Mm,
Boop.
that'll do.
Okay, so I've made my movement. Now I am within range for my ranged attack.
Mm-hmm. Here's a fun little extra tool.
Oh yeah.
This is just when you're checking to see when you're looking for line of sight with range, you're looking for an unhindered line between center point and center point.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely don't have an issue with that there. This is the Army Painter straight line laser on Amazon, whatever. It's a fun, neat, extra thing.
Yeah.
So you have no obstructions.
Right. Yeah, I like that thing. Definitely takes out some of the guesswork with line of sight.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to grab the camera for a little bit and roam around with it.
Okay.
Okay.
So my Naiad Heart Piercers.
That's these guys here.
Okay. So they have an attack of 10 because there's 20 of them. It's a regiment, right?
Mm-hmm.
An attack of 10, so I'm going to roll 10 die.
Yep.
10 dice, excuse me. What am I hitting for?
They are a defense of 4.
Okay, so I need 4s to hit them.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So all but 3 are going to hit.
Right.
Now.
So that means the attack has hit. Now Hannah is rolling to damage.
Okay. So normally it would be 4 to damage them as well. My Naiads have piercing of 1, so I need 3s or better.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. So that's a 5.
Okay. So my unit over here now has 5 damage. Now, On the ranged phase, we're gonna do nerve tests at the end, but since both of us only have a single ranged unit, it's time for the nerve test.
Okay.
So what is a nerve test?
So a nerve test is going to be this number right here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to roll 2 dice.
Okay.
And I'm going to add what I get to the damage that's already been done.
Right.
And so
here, my Great Axe units, they have a nerve of 10 and 12. The reason there are 2 numbers is because the 10, the lower number, is the waiver, and the 12 is the
route.
Route number. ROUT. What that means is run them off the board number. So you need a 5 or a 7.
Okay, let's see.
Oh,
not
just
quite.
short.
Yep.
Okay. So.
And just so you know, if you get 2 6s, automatic routing.
Yeah,
right.
Unless the number is too high. Unless the number is still higher than that. So if you need a 12 to route a unit plus their damage, then it doesn't count as automatic.
Okay, but
there's little fickle things about that are in the rulebook.
Okay.
Available on manticgames.com.
It hasn't happened to me yet.
Yeah, that's...
So...
We haven't played with many units that are extremely high in nerve, but... Okay.
Okay.
So, what's the last part of a turn?
I'm gonna make my melee attack, which is right here. Yep.
And what opens up melee attacks in Kings of War?
Basically, you have to be touching.
Right.
Or you gotta charge them, but bases should be touching.
Yep. And the way to get bases to touch is through a charge.
Yeah.
So we're base-to-base contact here, even though the Titan here does not have a base on him. It's just it's a 75 millimeter square. So, just haven't had any made yet. Okay. So, how many attacks does your Kraken get?
So my Kraken has 12. And 12. Okay, what would I need to hit?
You're going to need 4s or better.
Okay. Now I do have Ensnare, which means that I need 3s or better to hit.
Okay.
So it gives me a 1 advantage.
Ooh.
Okay, so 3s or better. How do you feel about this guy?
That's fine, that's 4.
It's a 4.
I feel like we should button up that tray. And
probably, but...
We will then.
Okay, and I have a Crushing Strength of 2.
What does that mean?
That means I get to take 2 extra points of damage for my rolls.
So you get to add 2 to your damage rolls.
Right.
Right. So
I'm hitting on 2s.
Right.
Or damaging on 2s, rather.
Yeah. They're sticking on 2s.
Yeah. Okay, so
Damn.
all but 1.
Alright, so that is a what? How
That's
many?
a 7.
Okay. That is a 7 on these fellas.
Yes, sir. Okay. And we're gonna do nerve.
10 12s.
Okay.
Yeah, that's during the melee round, you roll nerve on every unit as you go.
Okay.
So a 7 and a 7 is 14 total. Hannah has just routed this unit, which it makes up, that's 25% of my unit off the board in the first round.
Okay.
Okay?
Oh, God, he does not want to stand up.
No, just sit him on the top there.
Burp.
Just for
Yeah, he's tired.
Yep.
Let's take a little nap.
So, that's the end of round 1.
Mm-hmm.
This is all one. This is 1-to-1. This is not a call and response type of war game where you roll, I roll, you roll, I roll, and we don't resolve the turn for an hour. It's just simply you move, you ranged, you melee.
Yeah.
If you happen to be in contact. So, we're going to move on to round 2, and I'm going to readjust the camera here and see what we got going on. Okay. Okay. So a standard game comes to round 6. It's going to go 6 turns, usually, and then I'm going to take them completely off the board so they're out of the way. So an objective game would go 6 rounds, and then we roll to see if it's worth a 7th round. Not a big deal. It's usually about the math of end of game points, of victory points. So move that out of the way. Okay. All right. I have. Could you give me the tape measure, please? All right. So for round 2, I now have this. Okay.
Keep in mind he is supposed to be standing.
Yep, that's fine. Grab the camera here. Okay. So, when you're measuring for a charge.
I got it.
When you're measuring for a charge, you're going to measure from anything you want. Normally, you're going to measure movement. These guys can charge him, so. So, for movement, for standard measuring of movement, not on a charge, you're going to measure from the center of the unit. But, if you're measuring on a charge, you can measure from corner to corner, corner to center, whatever you need to do. So, he's 7 inches from me. I'm going to move up here and charge that Kraken. Okay. Okay. So, here. Okay, we're going to take the 5 dice with them. Okay. My trolls have a movement of 6. Okay. So, since my trolls have a movement of 6, I'm going to see if I get 12 inches, which I do. But because of the height, I think I'd come up short.
Isn't it the height 2 on that guy?
The height is 2.
Okay.
So I would need to be within 11 inches to... Because we're having the... Because that's confusing as shit, and I don't want to deal with it right now. Okay. So their movement is 6. I'm going to move them... I'm moving them on the double. Not with that dice, John. Okay. So from the center point, moving at the double, 12 inches. We're going to move up here. Okay. My skulks are simply going to pivot. Okay. My skulks are going to be within 18 inches of your Kraken. Barely. Okay. Since I didn't move them in the movement phase, just gonna inch up enough to come into contact. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Now we hit 17. Okay. Just for the sake of me not paying attention and thinking that I had more than enough distance. Okay, so... since from my corner here, from the center of me to the center of his side, to the center of his side is within 17, or is 17 inches away from me, I can roll to damage, or I can roll to attack on your Kraken. So I'm rolling a different dice than that one. Okay. They have 10 attacks as a regiment, and his defense is a 4, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I
He's
got 1, 2,
big
3,
and scary, but real
4,
squishy.
5. Okay, so 5. I forgot about their scout move again. Okay, so that's going to be a 2 on him.
Okay.
Okay, and his nerve is 17,
19.
17, 19, so it's not even, yeah, not even anything I can really work with.
Can I have a marker?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I moved into charge, or I moved into melee. So that's the end of my ranged attacks. I'm gonna move into melee combat, which is my great axe, doing 10 attacks. Okay. And hitting on 4s.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 3, but I have this unit of great axe has a crushing strength of 2.
Yikes.
So, since they already have 5 wounds on them, yeah, they got them for another 2.
Okay.
Which again, that's 4, so I'd still need a 13 to do anything with it, but I got a 10. So, it's only a 14. So, since I already have 5 wounds on that unit of great axe, that's why I surrendered them. That's why I charged, was because they've already got wounds on them.
Right.
It makes no difference. I got to be the one that engaged the charge, but that's all stuff that doesn't matter.
Smart.
So, go ahead.
Smart
We're on
strategy.
turn 2.
For sure.
We're on your turn 2.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they have a height of 2.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. That's tricky. Nah, I don't think so.
I'm going to show you short by about an inch.
But I could. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Are you gonna?
Gonna pivot them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Gonna move them a little bit. It doesn't even need to be the full 5, I don't think.
No, you need an inch.
I just need a little bit, but
Okay.
for the sake of doing it. Beaut. So, yeah, they're well within range.
Okay.
These guys. Pivot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So these are going to do a ranged attack.
Okay.
Ooh, before I do that, can I regenerate?
Yep.
Okay.
What is regeneration?
So, regeneration. So, I should have done it before I even moved, but I was never planning on moving him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to roll the number of dice equal to the damage.
Yep.
So I'm going to roll 4 dice. And for him, he has a regeneration of 4, so for every 4 or higher, I can heal for 1.
Yep.
On him. So he's going to heal for 2.
Okay.
You? Okay. So now they're going to make their ranged attack.
Mm-hmm.
So again, they have an attack of 10. And what do they got?
My
To
trolls,
hit them.
5+.
5+.
Mm-hmm. So you need 5s or better, unless you have...
I have piercing, and I can never remember if that's to hit them. I think that's
It's
to
to
damage.
damage.
Yes. Okay. So
Okay.
5s are better to hit.
Yep.
Not a terrible roll. So 5 are going to hit.
Okay.
I need 4 or better to damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 2 are going to damage.
Okay.
Okay. And what's their nerve?
Their nerve, as a regiment of trolls, is 14-17.
Okay. So
And you can waver them if you get
maybe
waver
I'll
them
get
on
12.
boxcars,
Yeah.
yep.
Maybe I'll boxcar. Nope.
Okay.
So didn't do nothing, but that's okay.
Okay.
Okay, so now my Kraken is gonna try to polish those guys off if he can.
Okay.
He's got an attack of 12. What does he need to hit?
He needs 4s or better.
Okay.
But
Kraken
he
has the
some
snare.
snares,
Yep,
so
so
you
it's
need
3.
3 or better.
Okay.
You keep that 3. Oh, that's not a 3.
No,
That's a
it's-
2.
Yeah, that's
It's
a 2. It's got a weird little...
Yeah, it's a bad.
thing on
It's
it.
a
Yep, it's a 2.
weird pour.
So 8 are gonna hit, and I have crushing strength of 2,
Mm-hmm.
so I need 2s or better.
Yep.
Ooh, not great.
What'd you get?
I only damaged you for 2.
Okay.
Look at all those 1s.
I see that.
Yep, that's the thing.
He doesn't have a reroll?
Nope, he does not.
That's right. You're.
Yep. He doesn't have vicious melee.
Mm-hmm.
These guys do have vicious melee, so if that had been them attacking, I could have re-rolled all of those natural ones.
Right.
Okay, so
Okay. So you're
Let's try
rolling
to
nerves.
move
They're
them.
10-12s.
let's see. 5.
Okay. So that is 12. You have routed that unit.
Okay. By the
Now-
skin of my teeth.
Do you want to overrun? This is a part of movement this is a part of charging that we continue to forget. Overrun means you can either move forward 1d6, so whatever you roll, or move or pivot in place, so you can change your facing and stay in place, or you can move to the side half what you roll. Or half your speed.
So you're saying I can either route them or move?
No, you have routed them.
Okay, but now I get to
Because he's going
move.
to fall over, I haven't moved it.
Okay, I see. Okay.
Okay, so that unit is routed. What you're doing is called overrun.
Okay. This is new for me. I'm learning today.
It's okay, it's something I continue to forget about. Okay. Okay. So, would you like to move?
Sure. Just moving him, right?
Yep.
Okay. So let's
Okay, let me go ahead get
Okay.
Megan out of there.
So I can basically move halvesies.
You have to roll a d6.
I see. Let's see what happens. Let's not use the wonky dice. I got a 1.
Okay, so you
Okay.
can move to the side 1 inch, you can move forward 1 inch.
Ooh. Do you mind if I eyeball it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Brr. 1 inch.
Okay.
Seems fair, I think.
Yeah.
Brr.
Yeah, just like
Take a nap.
Oh.
You're fine.
So
You did a lot of good
that is overrun. That's overrunning after a route. So
Sorry it wasn't more dramatic.
no, it's okay. That's so it's a d6 of movement, which you rolled a 1 on. So
Yeah, not a great roll.
there you go. That's the end of turn 2.
Okay.
I think that about covers all the very, very basic things of Kings of War.
I think so.
I was gonna say overrun. I kept meaning to tell you about it, and I took a note because we continue to forget. I forgot and watched some other play videos to learn about it. This was meant as
Sure.
detailed. This is exactly what's going to happen. All of your units are going to have different attributes in the book that are going to change things about them, that are going to give them pluses or minuses in places.
Okay.
Like his ability, his Strider ability to not be affected by terrain at all is great.
Now,
So-
are we gonna keep playing, or do we want to like talk about what our next moves would be?
Well, that's up to you.
Just for
Well,
a
I was going to
second.
say that is the briefest. That is the most detailed yet not lengthy discussion or example that I can come up with. I feel like, and anyone that would be interested in this game at this point, if you've never played them before, it's that easy. It's not a big scary thing. So I think we're good, and we can play off camera and finish out the game. Because why not?
Up to you.
Works for me. So let's do it.
Okay.
Okay. Alrighty. Alright, guys.
Bye.
We'll see you next time. Yeah, we'll have a new logo and shirts and stuff up soon. Probably.
Oh my.
Oh my. Designed and drawn by Hannah herself.
Whoa.
Yeah, Hannah work.
Ooh. Aw.
Cute. Alright. See ya.